Shalom, shalom, Israel. Before I start this lesson, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakudash. My name is Tazim Makamath, coming from the Camp Prophets in Babylon here in Tampa, Florida. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach this truth and Ruel. Peace and salutation to the hopeful let that scatter abroad. And, as you can see, this is from YouTube page Redacted, and it says, "Oh shit, Poison V passports just got very real with Clayton Morris." Okay, and in this video, he breaks down on what's happening from the WHO, which stands for the World Health Organization. Okay, and a lot of things are happening. Okay, but everything is leading up to the next step where we about to enter in prophecy. Because you see, these global elites, they know the agenda they want to accomplish, and the thing they want to set up. Okay, and this is their main goal. Now, the thing that happened in 2020. They're not gonna put that aside. They're not gonna throw that away, because through all that was a forerunner for what's going to happen in Revelation 13, okay, which is the MOTB, okay. And before I play this video, I'm gonna say Fair Use Act. This is not. I'm not a doctor. Okay, I'm not, this is not medical misinformation, I just want to put that out there as well, because, hey, I'm not telling people to do this, I'm not telling people to do that, so we're going to play it. Lord willing, this lesson's edifying, okay?
So the World Health Organization is pushing for global vaccine passports. At the same time, they are pushing for global pandemic powers through the...
Now, we're going to stop and pause throughout this video, to edify, because everything is filtered through the scriptures, okay?
What's known as the CA Plus treaty that we have been discussing here on the show. And God, we get a lot of emails from you guys. So I read your emails every morning. Many of you, hundreds of emails that you send, and you're saying, please do not let this happen. What can we do, Clayton, to stop this treaty? What can we do? And I think, at the heart of it is really letting your elected officials know you do not want to have anything to do with this. That's one way. Flood their office with calls. That's one way for them to know about it. They want to win re-election. If they know that their entire constituency is pissed off about this, that's one way. So this pandemic treaty gives the WHO, the World Health Organization, power to declare and manage global pandemic emergencies. Now, this would mean that they could mandate lockdowns, vaccine mandates, vaccine supplies and distribution, and monitoring and surveillance of populations. The WHO began the meeting to work out the draft of this treaty on Monday. And we're going to be looking for the results of that meeting when it ends on Friday. So many of you were asking, Clayton, what's the update on this meeting that started on the 27th? Well, it's still going on. So we'll have an update for you on Friday as soon as we have this information and what the answer is here. Meanwhile, they're also pushing for global vaccine passports through a series of proposed amendments to the international health regulations, which goes back to 2005. A legally binding instrument that imposes various conditions on 196 different member states. Vaccine passports would be digital and paper records of your health records, your travel history, everywhere you go, every person you visit, every train you're on, every plane you're on, every rest stop you stop at. Think about that, right? Every rest stop on the highway. You think you have anonymity on the turnpike? You don't. Your vaccine status for all vaccines, and an assessment of your threat level based on various data points about you. This is not a conspiracy theory, guys. This is in their documents.
Now, he said something very key if you didn't catch on, he said digital, digital. Okay, now everything he's saying, these top elites want to implement, using, the CV as a way to condition the people for the next thing, which is the MOTB. All right, because they want to put everything digital. And you see everything is going digital. You see cars going electric. You see all this is happening. Okay? Hey, but this is the main goal they want to push. These elites. And this is why, the WHO, they having a meeting about this, because this is going to help them push to the next step. All right? Let's actually grab this first scripture. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. And it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand." Okay? Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. And this is what's happening when they counsel in the WHO. Okay? They're devising iniquity and working evil upon each other, having a counsel with each other to work for the next step. So their agenda could be fulfilled. So they could trick the people. So they could get, these countries and these states to agree on their plan. Okay? To make it quote unquote better for the people. Okay? So they could travel around with, a digital passport, to have this, this V poison passport. Okay? Because, hey, this is all conditioning you little by little. And if you're not aware, you're going to get caught in their snares.
Specifically in their documents. Your threat level. What's your threat level? Can you imagine like dating apps? Like instead of like, do you like dogs? Like must love dogs, like likes long walks on the beach. Now you must like include in the dating app, like, your threat level. Like what's your threat level,
Well, and it seems like the threat level would have to be added by other people, because it wouldn't make sense if you got to add your own threat level, because I'm not a threat,
Well, I mean, but you would have to add it. Maybe it's tied directly into, like, how you have an API when you log into certain things. Maybe now you have like your own API. You log in with your
I
Google
scan my
verification.
microchip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but you would have to add it. Maybe it's tied directly into, like, how you have an API when you log into certain things. Maybe now you have like your own API. You log in with your
I
Google
scan
verification.
my microchip.
Well, I mean, but you would have to add it. Maybe it's tied directly into, like, how you have an API when you log into certain things. Maybe now you have like your own API. You log in with your
I
Google
scan
verification.
my microchip.
Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that? This is making people conditioned to, quote, to live a better life. Now, this person on your right, he says, "Oh, yeah, I'll just scan my microchip." Okay? You see? They want to put everything on this device to track you. Okay, let's get this. This is, what they use code word as carbon footprint, because we release carbon, and they want to see everywhere you go, everything you do, what you want to do. They want to track you by your carbon footprint, by implementing this inside of you. Okay? This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast." Okay, that image of the beast is the New World Order, right? And it says that the image of the beast shall both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? Because they're going to push this amongst everybody. This is going to be a faith testing thing that's going to happen amongst this whole world. All right? And if you're not with the system, you're going to get killed. And the person on the left, he kind of briefly goes into it how, you know, the WHO, you know, if you're not with it, they're going to put you in basically like in prison. You know, these FEMA prison. Verse 16, and it says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, this is evident that this is nothing else but the charagma, man. What is leading up to? We're here in 2023, okay? The hopeful year of all the prophecies coming to pass, you know, and we're during the week of unleavened bread, the feast of unleavened bread. And look what the Lord is doing already. He's showing you plain as day. They want to make this, you know, they want to make this a condition amongst all the people, that this is the next thing. This is the next step. This is what people need to get ready for. When you see these other camps, they're not with the same doctrine. They can't see it. But the truth is plain as day, right in your face. All right? But verse 16, it says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right? You see he's pointing at his hand. Okay? They want to put it inside of you. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay? They want to make you a walking slave, a digital all inside of you. Every product has a UPC code, Universal Product Code. But now they're going to deceive you by telling you, yeah, you can put everything in one thing, in one device, so we could track you, so we could let you know, so you could tell us where you are. All right? And a lot of people, they're going to line up for it and be destroyed. The Lord tells you not to take this, or else you're gonna taste his wrath of his indignation. All right. The MOTB is the RFID CHIP. Okay, that's the size of a grain of rice. They want to put among everybody, and it's clear day by day, more and more, and more. You know, evidence and articles and. And stories like this come out to show you that these elites want to push towards one world government, one world language, like they had on the Georgia Guidestones, which they took down, all right, because they want to keep the population under 500 million. Okay, let's play this back.
Well, I mean, but you would have to add it. Maybe it's tied directly into, like, you know how you have an API when you log into certain things? Maybe now you have like your own API. You log in with your
I scan my microchip.
Yeah. So now it pulls your data in without you having to put it in anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. That works.
It would be readable and it would be shareable according to the WHO countries. This is in their document. Across the globe, and it could be used to stop you and your luggage from crossing the borders. Again, in the paperwork. We went through it today. We went through the documentation. Here are the things that the WHO would be able to do based on the changes to this document. Okay, so let's go through their document. Article 18, recommendations with respect to persons, baggage, cargo, containers, conveyances, goods, and postal parcels. Look at all this. Recommendations issued by the WHO to state parties with respect to persons may include the following advice. No specific health measures are advised. Review travel history in affected areas. Review proof of medical examination and any laboratory analysis. Require medical examinations. Review proof of vaccination or other prophylaxis. Require vaccination and other prophylaxis. That's hard to say quickly. Please place suspect persons under public health observation. In other words, detain them, throw them into a lockdown. So they could detain you.
Wow.
They could stop you. They could require a medical exam on the spot, quarantine you, and place you under observation.
And it's not, and when they say place suspect, that's not like they're saying, hey, come on over here, we're going to put you in here. No, when they place you, you pick something up and you place it somewhere, right?
Right.
That means you are forcefully getting placed where they want you.
Well, and we already saw that in Australia. We saw that in other
Yeah.
parts of the world, being placed in camps, held against your will, people escaping and telling the world about these places.
This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Okay? The Lord telling us, fear none of those things we're going to suffer. All right? You read it right here. Article 18. It says, place suspect persons under public health observation. And you see these two people on the screen. They say, no, you're not just finna go somewhere. They're gonna place you somewhere. Put you in camps. Put you in quarantine. Quarantine households. Okay? We're gonna be in prison because we're not finna go for this, man. We're not finna have Esau's, his little slick tactics. Okay, we're not finna go for that. We're standing with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Let me grab this scripture. Second Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? Hey, see, Satan can't get an advantage of us, even though, let's read it again. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? We're not ignorant of this thing. Okay? Now, who else is telling you about this? Okay? You have these men that's up there, decoding the WHO, their Article 18, what they want to do, what they want to push upon this world. And the WHO is backed by Bill Gates, which you should say Bill Snakes. Okay? That's a devil. He's buying all the farmlands and et cetera, et cetera. But this is what they want to do. We can't be ignorant of Satan's devices and what he wants to accomplish. Okay? We can't be lack of knowledge on these certain things, because this is all Bible prophecy. Okay? This is leading to the next dramatic scene on this earth. Okay? Let me grab this. Sirach chapter 5 verse 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. Okay, we can't be ignorant of anything in the time that we in right now. Because when we're aware, the Lord, we got to be watchmen. Watchman has to be aware. We can't be, ignorant of anything, because Satan is going to try to take advantage of every way possible. All right, but his tongue will fall upon himself. He's being made bare. Okay, he's getting found out who he is. All right.
Familiar, doesn't it? I mean, it's crazy. So
Well,
they
we
could
also know that, well, detaining people, especially in the U.S., like detaining people, often ends up in the people getting shot. So, I mean, is that what they're gonna? What?
Hey, that links, bro. That's crazy. Um, Let me grab this. Sirach chapter 4 verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Okay? We got to strive for the truth unto death. This man said, let's play it back.
see. So
Well,
they
we
could
also know that, well, detaining people, especially in the U.S., like detaining people, often ends up in the people getting shot. So, I mean, is that what they're gonna end up doing? Like, if you what you're resisting arrest at this point? Like, that's a dangerous game.
yeah.
And there was there's a Elder Apostle Tahar. He had did a video on how Trump, when he comes back into office, he wants to bring back guillotines and firing squads, man. You see? And a firing squad is where they line a whole bunch of people up and do a mass execution. Shoot one shot in the head, done. Next line up. Hey, for the people that do not, stand with this system, man. Let's grab that. Romans. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 4. And it says, but what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Okay, so there's going to be a complete number of men, the elect, that's not going to bow down to the image of Baal, his system, what he wants to place, right? It says, even so then at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. All right, let me grab this other one. This is 2nd Ezra 2:47. And it says, so he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, which is Yahushai, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so who stood it says, then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahushai, man. Okay? Because we know, hey, this is against what Yahushua would want. All right, we got to stand firm. The Lord said to trust in him. Fear not, fret not. Okay? This is all part of prophecy. And what if you do get martyred? All right, let's read Revelation 20:4. And it says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushai, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, okay, which is Roman system, neither his image, this NWO, neither have received his charagma upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they live and reign with Hamashiach 1,000 years. Okay? So you're gonna have martyrs. You're gonna have people dying. Alright? But see, we're not standing with this system. We're not standing with this government. Right? We're going against it. Yahushua is against this place we are as well. Lord said, turn thy what he said. Bear with me. Lord said in Ezekiel 35, and 3, it says, "And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate." See? So we're against Esau. We're against what he has in place. I hate those that hate thee, Lord. Okay, so we're not standing with this devil. We're standing with Yahweh Shem Shai, even if that means death.
The people getting shot. So I mean, is that what they're gonna end up doing? Like if you you're resisting arrest at this point? Like that's a dangerous game.
Yeah, and we saw the data in the newsletter today. We covered how so many people behind bars ended up dying due to negligence, basically, during the pandemic. So being locked up, put away, held against your will by the government because they don't like your status, your vaccine status. They could also take possession of your luggage or other possessions, according to the documents. Now, Reclaim the Net published changes to this document today, and they did a good job. And here are the countries that submitted proposed changes. This is kind of stunning. So the countries reviewed this. These countries on the list here.
Let's get this precept right here. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time," right? This prophecy is yet for an appointed time. "But at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." All right? Hey, at the end it shall speak. You see what's happening now. Hey, none of these prophecies are tarrying anymore. Things are happening rapidly, like fire. Okay? Hey, but these prophecies are yet for an appointed time, because the Lord has a set time and a set day, a set hour, that he's going to destroy Esau and Babylon the Great, which is known as America. Okay? And all hell's about to break loose very, very soon. There's going to be sedition among men. You know, the people shall hate the king and the princes. You know, they're going to destroy the Washington, D.C. Hey, it's gonna be crazy. Okay? Let's jump a little bit.
Making proposals for vaccine passports in 2022. So in the draft, you can find this language for international vaccine passports. Here's the vaccine passport language proposed draft. "When a public health emergency or of international concern has been declared for the purposes of entry and exit of international travelers in a scenario of voluntary vaccination using products still at the research phase or subject to very limited availability, vaccine certificates should be considered approved in accordance with the normal framework of the country of origin, including with reference to the model format of certification and vaccination schedule. And the conditions of digital documents. Paper certificates must be assigned by the clinician indicating the administration of the vaccine or other prophylaxis, or by other duly authorized health professional. Digital certificates must incorporate a means to verify authenticity from an official website. For example, a QR code."
Well, remember, what this is saying about the certificates and everything, like they just took a lot of powers away from doctors in California to be able to decide what they want to prescribe for people, and saying that you have to follow the exact thing that they're telling you to do. So it's like they're saying in this that you have options, but they're already taking those options away. So it's only going to be a one size fits all solution.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So they're not going to look at it on a case by case basis. It's here's the document. It doesn't matter how old you are, whatever your sort of exemptions are, it doesn't matter. It's all here in your, it's going to be all here in your documentation. They want vaccine certificates to be digital, of course, so that all countries can verify them with a QR code. They call this binational, according to the documents. In fact, most of the countries on this list asked for this standardization of vaccine certificates. So those countries on that list were like, we need a standard. QR code, digital. This was a problem for countries that wanted to validate other countries' COVID vaccines during the pandemic. Europe could validate all EU vaccines, but most countries could not validate across borders. These codes should also digitize information about where the traveler is going and where they have been. That's in
carbon footprint. Remember, carbon footprint. They want to track you.
Here's the vaccine passport documentation language that was changed. This was already done in the passenger locator forms. Documents containing information concerning travelers' destination should preferably be produced in digital form, when paper form as a residual option. Such information should not duplicate the information the traveler already submitted in relation to the same journey. But now they want this standardized and built into vaccine passports. I mean, this is crazy. And every time we had to travel, this drove my wife crazy because she's the Virgo in the family.
All right, that's pretty much it on that. You know, you can watch. I'm gonna drop the link in the description box. You know, you can watch the whole video. He really goes into it, but the main points were in the beginning. All right, let me grab this. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, and it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." Okay? This devil knows he has a short time. That's why he's putting everything in code words, key code words. Okay? You know, using the WHO to implement something bigger, to have a quote-unquote digital passport, a V passport. Okay? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 52, verse 2. "Thy tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor, working deceitfully." Okay? And what these devils are doing. You know, they devise of mischief. Okay? Working deceitful. Very evil, crafty, wicked devils. Right? "Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness." Salah. "Thou lovest all devouring words. O thou," Salaki, it says, verse 4, "Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. Yahweh Shem Yahshua shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place, and root thee out of the land of the living." Salah. So the Lord is going to end up destroying this devil, the wicked Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man. All right? Because this devil loves lying. He loves devouring words, being deceitful. All right? He's crafty. He has snares. He has everything planned and lined up before you even knew it. How to maneuver and finesse. Okay? That's why the Lord tells you not to trust this devil. Because this devil wants to wants to kill Israel altogether. Okay? But that's not going to happen because the elect is going to overcome. All right? So with that, Lord willing, this lesson been edifying. Want to give our honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Makakudash. And until next time, I say Shalom.